Oh shit, knock my thing off. What's going on, guys? As you see, things are pretty different. I don't even know where. Okay,
Yeah,
there we
look
go.
good. Look good.
Pretty different right now, but what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Film Camp, episode number 51. It's your boy Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan here. Things are different on our end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm currently running the back end of this, so we'll see how much of a train wreck that is. But yeah, what's up, guys? We've got a couple of big things to talk about, so I think it's going to be a good show, but probably a relatively short show as well.
Probably because not much really dropped. It's been pretty boring.
Sure.
But like I said, guys, want to thank you so much for joining us here, whether you're watching live and or on playback, whichever forum that you are, YouTube, Facebook, I think Twitter as well. We're everywhere, but we thank you. And if you like what you see, the easiest way, the simplest way, most importantly, the cheapest way to support is hit that subscribe button.
For sure.
We greatly appreciate it. Hit that notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop. And hit that thumbs up. Really helps the channel and the show a lot, actually. So we'd appreciate you very much.
For sure, man. For sure.
I just thought about it. I hope nobody calls me during this. This really suck.
Is your phone plugged in charging also?
Nope. It cannot. Because my thing is,
Okay, well, what battery you got? I mean,
it was on 70.
Okay.
Should be good.
We'll get it through.
Yeah, should be good.
With that being said, should we probably get going?
Probably. It's weird being on the side. Like I can't see shit. Like comments.
It sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. You can't go to comments. Oh wait, I don't know about on your phone, but there's a private chat is what it starts out in, and you can go to the normal side on the normal thing. But are you just seeing full screen everything?
Or I don't know. It's not even moving anymore, so I just can't see shit.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, that's what I know what's happening.
Well, you're still here, so we're all good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, wait, I do have a question. I start playing Out There in the World, it's going to mute you. Do I need to unmute you so you can sing?
Oh. I don't know. Do you want to take the reins on this one today?
I ain't taking shit. I want to see how this works
out. Yeah, you'd probably have to unmute.
Okay, so give yourself a little pause of like a second or two before you start talking, because I think it's going to mute you.
Okay.
Okay, got you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I can't even see if I'm like. I can't even scroll up to see. Like, I'll give it a minute. Fuck, y'all hear me?
Can you see what's live? Or no?
I can see it's live, but I can't move anything. Like on my phone, like I can't scroll up or down or. Oh, okay, because I was in full screen mode. Okay.
Oh, got you. Okay, got you.
So I can see now if I'm like muted or whatever. Okay.
Okay, good shit. All right, you ready?
We'll bear with us, people. Bear with us. But all right, so let's set it up here. Yeah. So, first of all, thank y'all for being patient, and bearing with us in these trying times. So traditionally, for those of you who do not know, me and Logan are a couple. What kind of nerds are we? Let's see what we get today.
Fucking nerds.
Some fucking nerds. That's some goddamn right. So we have to talk about film. Any and all day, sometimes we do, but sometimes there are other things we like to talk about that we're passionate about, that we want to discuss outside of the world of film. But sometimes she rears her beautiful head into the conversation anyway. Because why?
Because she's a jealous ass bitch.
Because she's a jealous ass bitch. So, this particular segment is called... Oh, hey, I'm not muted. So you can't hear me. That's Out There in the World. Hey.
Why the fuck didn't it mute? I'm so confused. It's Out There in the World.
Yeah, it's out there in the fucking world. There you go.
All right.
There's a particular fashion in which we do out there in the world. I thought I said it already. I thought I fucked it up. Okay, good. Do you want to tell the people out there And what kind of fashion that would be?
Well, unlike whenever I'm doing all the back end shit over here, in
Right.
traditionary fashion, we do things a certain way.
Yes, yes. But you're doing pretty good, man. You're
I'm
doing pretty
trying. I'm
good.
trying.
You are. You are. So in that fashion, sir, what do you have?
That's a great question. I don't know if I really have anything. Only thing I can say, I
I
guess,
don't know if
is
I do either.
um, I can say because for next week, unless you have another guest on separately or you go solo, probably not going to be a show next week because
Hmm.
literally, so like we started this at 7 o'clock my time. At 7 o'clock on Tuesday of next week, I'll be seeing Spider-Man No Way Home. Um, and
That's amazing.
obviously I'm fucking excited. No IMAX or anything. It's actually in like a
Oh
little
my
art
god.
house theater, but it is the same. I like first time
So
I saw
sorry.
Infinity War, first time I saw Endgame, were both in this theater. So like no
Hmm.
IMAX, but
I'm
early
so
to say the
sorry.
least. So,
Right.
um, but I do. There's a small story with it though, where I got to take my cousin, who he's now a freshman in college, but Spider-Man's his favorite character of all time. Like obsessed with Spider-Man, and I
Oh, heard
took
it.
him to see Far From Home. I took him to the press screening of Far From Home, and we got to see that like a week and a half early or something. And at that time, I think he was a junior in high school, so he was like cloud nine, like losing his shit. Um, which I took him to see Shang-Chi early too, and he was losing his shit then. So like, I mean, it's not like he grew up and he's not like this anymore. But
Right.
but I did take him to see No Way Home. It was fucking awesome. And then he was like, I had to go to school and like see all my friends, and like they're all like, "Oh my god, what?" And he's like, "I ain't telling you shit," like fuck y'all, And
Rightfully so.
yeah, exactly. Good friend, actually, good friend.
Hmm.
But so I was like, hey, I'm gonna take you to see No Way Home early. Like, I'm for sure gonna get, to go see it early, and I'm gonna take you. And that's been the plan. It's been nerve wracking to get the date because he's a freshman in college at Texas A&M, big school, engineering school. He's an engineer, and it's finals week,
Oh, shit.
and so he's like, oh man, I hope it lands on a good day. So it's
Eee.
Tuesday, the 14th, and he can't make it.
Damn.
But also, never seen this before in my life. Got a press invite, no guests allowed. So I
Oh,
could not have taken him anyway.
okay.
And it seems like they're airing it more towards COVID, but also it could be spoiler
I
reasons.
think secrets, yeah.
So interesting, but it was literally a thing of like, thank God he has finals. Because if he was like, oh man, I'm so excited, because we've been planning this thing for years. Like I was like,
Mm.
hey, I don't care. Next Spider-Man comes out, I'm taking you. And like, I was like, this is gonna be our thing. And it got fucking ripped from us from thankfully 2 different spots, one on his end, one on mine. So I felt so bad, but he was like, I'd much. So he has his last final on Wednesday at like 3 o'clock is when it starts. And so then he finishes that. He's packing up, like he's already going to be packed, driving home, and he gets to see it Thursday opening night IMAX here with me. He's going to come, see it with everybody. Kenya will be there, I'm sure. Um, and so he was like, actually, I think it's better for me to not have seen it, so like I can think about my last finals and things like that. And I was like, like good ass kid, he's fucking genius, very smart. Because I'm sitting there going like, fuck that, I'd miss a goddamn final
Uh,
for knowing me.
yeah.
It's like that's rough.
Look, I
Uh,
retake it. Why
but
not?
yeah, no, he's like, he thankfully is much smarter than me in the sense of all that. Because I'm like, look, is the test or like a experience I'll never forget? And he's like, how about I just set my future up?
Right.
I'm like, no, you're smart ass kid, man. Like
Right.
he's
Put my future first and see the movie a little later. Yeah, a little bit.
because I was like, hey man, at least you get to see it first time in IMAX. And he's like, oh, that's exactly what I want. So he's happy, he's cool. Yeah, my cousin is cool as shit, Kenya. Good kid. But yeah, so probably no show next week unless maybe you have something else to talk about. I don't know when embargoes lift or anything.
We'll see. I don't. Right. So I don't know if I have anything to talk about. I don't. Let me think.
Anything happening in your life going on? I mean,
No, my shit is boring right now.
oh,
I've been all
gotcha.
over the place.
Sure.
Going out too much times as I should. Thankfully, very
Oh,
cheap
yeah.
and cost efficiently, but
Good deal.
going a little too much. Um, no, man, my shit is quiet right now. Oh, we got pictures of The Rock, Black Adam.
We
That's pretty
did
dope.
get pictures of The Rock. Yeah, I should have made something for that.
We did.
Well, you're the
yeah.
absolute diehard. I mean, what do you think?
I like it. I really like it. I want to see it in motion. Like I want an official, like, here's this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
Instead of like production stills and all that good
Sure.
stuff. But I like what I saw when I saw the darkness of it on the fucking teaser. I like what I see here. I wish they would have given him like the Black Adam ears, like little points things. But
Oh, really? You wanted that?
yeah, I did. Just a little bit.
Is there a like historical reason for that? Because isn't he supposed to just be a human? But like from a
I
long
don't know.
time
I
ago?
know in a lot of comics and animated stuff, like he has like little ears. I don't know why.
I've seen
like,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the answer to that one. I just
Yeah.
think it's just the adaptation over the years.
Yeah.
But yeah. But other than that, I really liked it. I saw you. I saw your tweet. It was something about what SpongeBob's collar.
Okay.
What? I was
Do you
so
not
confused.
remember that episode?
No, I didn't. I
Of
didn't watch
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob.
Oh my god. Okay, well there's
Yeah.
an episode where it's fucking disgustingly terrible, but I think he like some old lady's like, "Hey, I knitted you a sweater." And it's like
Mhm.
this ugly ass sweater and she's like, "I made it out of eyelashes." And you're like, "Oh god." And it's like the itchiest shit and it's a turtleneck and SpongeBob is a square. And so she's like, "Oh, to make it fit." And she shoves a fucking watermelon through it sideways. Like a long watermelon. Goes
Mm.
plunk straight through it. And so now it'll fit him and so he's like it's like a box now. And I just think like that's just what I picked because also me being like a massively skinny person with no traps, which is what the reason why they took them away is so his traps can actually like come out and not. I bet it looked weird with them, but I struggle with neck holes that are too big, and I'm like, it's fucking watermelon. Who's putting a watermelon through this? It's like always what I have to say when somebody's buying me shirts because it's like, oh, I got a small, but the neck is for fucking Kenya, like a fucking bodybuilder jacked. And so that was just my thing is because they literally his collar starts here, like,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of out there. So I'll have to figure that out. You know, I think that the look is good though. One thing that massively stands out to me that I can't do this, and obviously you have a beard, so you don't have to have a problem with this, but they can really shave the Rock's face down to where he has like no 5 o'clock shadow, like at all. Because that's what I first saw. Is like he looks younger.
Yeah.
And there's no way for me to not have this dangly, nasty little mustache. Like 5 o'clock shadow is just there. It's not a thick mustache at all, but like I can't get rid of it. And so but that was like my first thing was looking at him. I was like, damn, like he looks clean as fuck.
Yeah.
He looks good. And the only thing with
It
the
does.
teaser footage is with what kind of you were just saying, I really wish they had allowed some like fluidity in that scene or something where he's just a statue in that scene.
Mm.
And he's also got the giant cloak on with the hood. You can't see him. He's 3 times as big as he should be because that's like I don't even know. That's like a tarp that they've like rolled up to get on him. It's massive.
Yeah,
and so that's the only thing is like I wish we could have seen the reveal of what he looks like here in footage from DC Fandom because this looks so much better than what we saw with the shadowed, hooded stick figure basically. But yeah, I mean, I think he looks good. I'm definitely intrigued. I've already seen somebody somehow Photoshop because did you also see like the magazine cover?
Oh yeah.
That's like just like a torso shot, but somebody's already somehow Photoshopped it all out and got
it's just
like
him.
it looks fucking dope as shit, man. Like
Yeah, it's pretty damn beautiful.
I know.
But yeah, I dig it. I'm excited for sure. Like that's one I'm super intrigued by that. And he also had some interesting comments. I don't know if you saw about DC. I don't know if you're going to bring that up.
Yeah.
It made me happy because it's like
it was very interesting. He made
'Cause he's
quite a
like,
few
"Hey,"
comments actually.
yeah, but I liked the part where he's like, "Hey, DC has done some things I'm not a fan of, and when we were writing that script, I wanted to make sure that that kind of shit wasn't in there." And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Heard ya, Wonder Woman 84, like Birds of Prey, I hear you."
He's like, and I'm a fan, so I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I fucking love this shit, and they fucked up. It's like, preach, man.
Of course, I'm on this, and it's like, oh, I wonder what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Starting the internet wars and all that shit.
Also, I mean, I am sad about Henry Cavill, like, because he's all about him fighting Superman, but also
All about it.
he wants to fight Superman so he can absolutely kick Superman's ass. Because all he talks about is how he's like, I will fucking destroy Superman. And so
Yeah.
honestly, I don't even want to see that in a movie because it's not. It sounds like he's just going to absolutely wreck him. There should be no contest. And so it's similar to like Godzilla versus Kong, where they marketed it as like, oh, this is a 50-50 shot. And then it starts with him as a captive zoo animal. I'm like, oh, this guy's fucked. Like, he's literally he sleeps on a bed. Like, he's not even out in like the wilderness. And so I'm wondering, I almost don't want him to do that. But yeah, I'm excited for Black Adam, and having The Rock like that excited for a character like that.
Yeah.
It's
one that he's been dedicated for like fucking decade.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Too. So it's like, it only makes sense. And he was like, going back to the Superman comments of, oh, like, I want to take on Superman no matter who it's going to be, who plays him, and that's okay, and all that good stuff. But I want it to be Henry. If he's going to do that, it should be Henry. I don't want fucking Michael B. Jordan. I don't want fucking whoever the hell else. I want Henry. But that would suck because that'd be the second movie where he's, with somebody else and getting his ass just handed to him.
Right. I mean,
so it's like third if you count Man of Steel, because Zod was whooping his ass, and then Batman came and destroyed him, and then now fucking Black Adam's gonna put foot.
You can even, if you want to say it's Henry Cavill, you could throw Mission Impossible in there with Tom Cruise just kicking his fucking ass all around that whole movie. So maybe
that's very true.
He does have The Witcher, which I haven't watched, but he kicks a lot of ass in that.
Yeah, apparently. So he's like, I need to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. Funny. It's I obviously like I love Henry Cavill as Superman, so I just want him to stay. But yeah, I don't know, man.
We'll see. I don't know. Only time will tell. Like I said, if anybody could make Warner Brothers even think about some shit, it's The Rock. So it's like,
for sure.
Who knows what the future may hold? He likes to drop shit on us randomly, so like, oh, and by the way, and then fucking some Henry Cavill shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Because only other thing I can say though, when it comes to Black Adam and The Rock, you remember he literally went to social media and was like, I can choose between Shazam and Black Adam.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, fucking Black Adam, bro. Like, don't be Shazam. And
right.
I'm also, even though it's taken this long, Shazam wouldn't have worked, I don't think, with The Rock as him.
Oh, like, yeah, no.
Because obviously Shazam is a much different movie. Some people hate it. I actually really think it's so different, but like it's on purpose to be that different. And I think that works really well. I'm nervous about when they try to put Shazam with Black Adam here.
That's something like they should just never do that.
I know. I'm wondering if they shouldn't. But
never do that.
Unless it literally will be the Shazam family versus Black Adam.
Yeah.
And let them
That'll be more believable.
Let them fucking lose. Kill them all. And let him get all the power would be dope.
That would be beautiful.
Because that's the thing is like I really like Shazam. I like all the actors, the kids, everything. But like, no, if you have The Rock and he's down to stay ripped, like this for a while, let him lead the DC movies. Like, go that direction.
Gorgeous.
Like, just make Justice League versus Black Adam. Like, make all these things and he just fucks everyone up. And it would be hilarious.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Plus the way he's setting shit up, like I expect nothing less than
that's what I'm so worried about.
Ass.
Is like he keeps saying, what does he keep saying? it's about to change.
the hierarchy of
the DC
power.
universe.
Yeah.
And what if like this movie comes out, it's terrible, and Warner Brothers is like, scrap it, no sequels, nothing. And it's like he's like, yeah, it didn't work out. And it's like, what about the hierarchy? He's like, the actual hierarchy cut me out. So,
yeah, no, I don't think that'll happen, but
no, but
that's
DC's
a rare
so
case
poorly
where it
run.
Does. That's very true. That's why there's like, even if this fucking sucks rock stay, give us some kind of structure, something, because it's just like we don't know what we're doing. So I don't know, man. I think he's here to stay for a while, and he has some pull. So
for sure,
let it rock.
I mean, yeah, he's the biggest star in the world right now. So DC should feel lucky to have him, because they,
for a reason,
when they signed him on, obviously it was massive at the time, but like he wasn't that yet even. And so they've been sitting here going, oh shit, he's getting even bigger than we thought he was. Like, let's fucking go, man.
He's getting too big. We can't control him anymore.
And his traps, we can't even give him a normal ass suit. But so big.
It is interesting, but I'm just like, I guess you just got to show off the monstrosity of it all.
I mean, and that's, I guess maybe it's because I don't have any, but like, not big on traps for me. Like, I'm not a big traps guy. So
traps look good depending on who
I don't
it's
know
on.
if they look good on him. Like, he's too wide to where even like they're up mid neck.
Oh, I think they look good on him. Like someone like Brock Lesnar, I'm like, that's too fucking big.
Now so
those traps are stupid.
That's one thing too. The Rock's traps are just like triangles, but they're big. Brock's are like rounded off. Like it's like flexing a bicep, but on your trap. It's like, what the fuck?
It's ridiculous.
Has
like,
he been
what
doing?
are you putting in there? Like that's not a muscle anymore.
He's just stacking fucking racquetballs. It's just
something fucking injecting cement in the bitch. Something I don't know what it is. But Black Adam remains to be seen. I like what I see so far, and keep leaking shit out until we get a full trailer. And I am here for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
When's that come out? July?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're a few months away from something, probably. Maybe they'll give us a teaser.
I'm sure there's no DC movies coming out yet for it to plug into, so
yeah,
we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
But already, that's all I really got.
I got nothing else either.
No.
Do you know which topic you want to do as your main? Probably Hawkeye.
We can do Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Requires more detail and shit.
If I hit show here, does it do both? Okay, no, it just takes it away. All right.
You know.
Matrix Resurrections new trailer. I'm figuring this out, man.
Yes, it's all right. We'll go with the punches, man. We're going with the punches. But yes, so the Matrix dropped a final trailer. Excuse me. I was not going to watch it, but I did anyway. So I'm like, okay, fine. You took a peek at it as somebody who is familiar, but years, since you've seen it. From what I can say, it was quite revealing.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I feel like they gave us a lot.
Okay.
So I'm just like, okay, I would have liked to wait, until the movie to fucking see that. But yeah, what did you think coming into it from where you are?
Yeah, I mean, so like he was just saying, I literally have not seen The Matrix since I was a kid, basically. And so obviously, like, I remember the action, I remember the slow motion, like all the main shit, and I've seen
bullet time.
But even more so, like, I remember the sequel, I think, more than the original, like, because I was a little bit older, so like my memory has stuck to that more.
It's also more exciting,
and the action is more there, and obviously now it looks like a video game, but like I remember that more. So I currently have tickets for tomorrow because they're playing the first Matrix in IMAX, and so hopefully nothing comes up. I don't know if I'm gonna make her go or not, but I want to go see that shit in IMAX and like get to, because I do own it on 4K. I can watch it on the smart TV, but like if I can go see that shit in IMAX, that'd be awesome.
So, absolutely. I think they released them, didn't they? For a period of time, like the originals and IMAX and all that. I don't know if they did them around you, but
But I mean, at the time. I mean, was the fourth one announced? I don't know. I can't remember, but I remember them doing that. But I just basically, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this one for sure. Probably watch the sequel at least, like, um, just so I can kind of get ready for the fourth one.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think that this trailer is super interesting because it's literally like I have no idea what's going on in terms of story, and I think that's kind of the point. Is like they're showing you a bunch of visuals, giving you some dialogue, but like you don't know how to put it together really.
Right.
And so, like you said, I mean, after you see the movie, maybe you find out that it's more revealing or something. But I don't know what the fuck to even like fathom. So it's like it just looks really cool. I dig all this stuff. Like realizing either they did great VFX and like practical VFX, and Keanu actually shaved his head at one point to film this, or because I was like, I know
I
when
was
he's
not expecting that.
right when he's like in the pod and like all that stuff, like he's got shaved head, and I'm like, wait, Keanu didn't shave his fucking head. He's John Wick, like, and I'm like, how they do that? Because it looks
Right.
unbelievably great. So I'm like, he had to have shaved it, but there's no way. Like, I kept going back and forth, but overall though, like the visuals look cool. Like for some reason, one shot that like I was like, oh shit, we're getting like some nice action stuff too. Is there's a shot in this trailer now where we've seen them on a train prior, but so like I think the girl throws a guy out of the train, and it's like a bunch of CG obviously, but it just looks damn good. And I was like, that's gonna be a crazy ass scene. Like I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but like that looks cool. And like I just don't know. Like the Matrix is almost a subgenre of itself, where
Oh yeah.
it's like I like with Dune. It's funny, like when I saw Dune again with Kenya, when we stood outside and watched it or talked about it for like 2.5 hours, he was talking about how like that is actual sci-fi. Like you're dropped into a world and you just gotta go. Like,
right.
And I almost like I see the Matrix as that, where they're like, hey, try to catch yourself up, but like good luck is kind of the way they look at it.
It's definitely that.
And I think it's awesome, so it's like I'm, especially if I don't know the first 3 by heart, I'm not going to understand these trailers very much. And so put that on top of everything else going on. It's like, yeah, I'm excited for it, because only thing I still got to admit, man, like Keanu Reeves, obviously I love him to death. Like he's awesome. He's not that great of an actor. Like there's that one part in this trailer where Trinity's like, Neo, and he's just like, Trinity. Like, he's like, hey. And like you realize like, oh, I can't really hear Keanu Reeves like yell. Like he's like John Wick, he's on the phone, he's like, I'm gonna come get you. And you're like, oh shit. Like, oh, you're fucked up now, but he's not like, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Like, that would be awesome to like see him actually go to like that next.
He did that one time in John Wick. That was about it.
See,
where he like yelled and went crazy. That was about it though.
I don't. Yeah, but in that trailer where he's like Trinity, like, it sounds like he's like, "Hey yo, I haven't seen you."
He's definitely more of like the somber type,
right,
guy and actor and all that good stuff. But he's Keanu, man.
Here's what I'll say.
You gotta love him. You gotta love him.
I know, of course, he's an absolute national treasure. But I will say, watching this second trailer, especially because we got a lot of him, like, him with all the white, and he's supposed to be like acting and going like, "Oh man, like I remember this." And in reality, he's just going like this, and he's just like looking around, just standing there, and it's like, and all of a sudden he's like, "I remember this," and it's like, "Can you give us something?" But I will say, this is terrible to say, and it might be because of what I saw, just a couple weeks ago. But like, I was sitting there going, man, can you imagine if we were getting Matrix 4, but it was Will Smith, like Neo was Will Smith from the get-go, and realizing like where Will Smith is now, and him going like, no, we're going to fucking come back. I'm going to go all out, give all my chops, do all this. And it's like, man. And just in terms of like actor caliber, because everybody like Keanu Reeves is a national treasure, but like Will Smith is a million times better of an actor. And so it's just that idea of like, I've kind of thought that a few times as I've watched this trailer because I've watched it multiple times. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a really cool trailer. I love seeing him and Trinity like running around and he's using his powers.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that kind of shit looks fucking dope. Like from my thumbnail, I
and
was
that's
like,
some new shit.
right. And so for my thumbnail, I was like, oh, that's the shot, and it's the shot where he like fucking makes the car like wreck into nothing, basically. Like he uses his thing and just like I was like, that's dope
His little
as
force field
fuck. Yeah.
thingy, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
couldn't
I
do
mean,
that shit before.
yeah, I'm digging what I'm seeing. I'm excited to jump in and just kind of be enthralled by what the world is. But honestly, I've seen at least the first two. And I remember going like, okay, the first one's crazy, but really cool. And then the second one, I remember like action's crazy, movies like I'm not gonna watch that movie again, kind of thing. And so it's like I don't actually expect the Matrix movies to be masterpieces of movies. I just want to kind of be teleported into a world that like I shouldn't even be in, if that makes any sense. Like
Right. No,
just
I get you.
fucking drop me and I'll be trying to catch up to the train running behind it as it's going. I'll never actually make it on the train, but like I'm still watching the train. Like
Right.
so I'm always going to be
It's
behind.
like I said, yeah, it's Matrix because Matrix is definitely that world. And I think it's even to a point where even if you do know the original trilogy by like heart and things like that, you still can't know what to expect.
Right.
And this, I feel like they're just completely just like flipping shit on his head. It was like, wait, where the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what are they
That's kind of
doing?
the
How and
point.
all this stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Which is intriguing and exciting. Because you have something new and you have something fresh, like where the fuck they're gonna go. Excuse me, you see some of your favorite characters return. Not everybody, at least so far that we know of. Just have to wait to see if anybody else pops up. Like, oh shit, you lied or some shit. I don't fucking know. Talking to you, Lawrence, because I don't know why the fuck you're not in this shit.
I know.
That we know of, but I'm just like, I don't know. And like I said, it gives too much like, yeah, all the action scenes were cool, and then you had a little more stuff for him and Trinity, and then them coming together, and it seems like, oh, maybe she is coming back, or like it was just a lot of things like I just wanted to wait for. And now you have like old Niobe and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like she's okay. So just a lot of things I wanted to wait for, like the surprise of it all.
Sure.
That makes sense. But I know it's something that's 20 years, in the making, and they have to like, here, come see it type shit. Because even like looks like even with Smith, like they're playing some weird shit. So I guess some dude from Headhunters, whatever, who's in it that everybody loves.
Yeah, he's the new Agent Smith or whatever.
Yeah, like he's screaming out Mr. Anderson and shit,
and it's
they
mirroring
flash to him. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
So that was the thing, is like I remember there was an interview or whatever with Hugo, and they were like, hey, new Matrix, you're not in it. What happened? And he's like, they asked me, I said no. And you're like, oh shit, okay, thanks, man. And like, thanks for answering my question. And so it looks like they have, somehow made it to where, oh, let's recast him, but make it the same thing or whatever they're trying to do there. Which Hugo I love.
Just does seem grumpy as hell.
He's fucking angry, man. Like
it's like the 20th time he's had some shit like this.
And that's what's frustrating, is he's so goddamn talented.
Yeah,
he's an asshole, but it's like he's not gonna never stop working. Like,
right.
If he wants to work, he'll get offers, and he should. But also, like, come on, man. Like, you were in something that took the world by storm. That
literally launched you into something crazy.
And you're just gonna be like, nah, I'm past that. And it's like, fuck you mean, man? Like, come on. Because also, like, pull a fucking Alfred Molina and just be like, hey, man, they're gonna pay me a shit ton. I don't know if you saw that for when they asked him about why he came back for Spider-Man.
Oh, I did not.
so there was a panel with Jamie, Willem Dafoe, and Alfred Molina, and they were asking him like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah, I
what
didn't
made
want
you
to
come
watch
back
that.
to Spider-Man?" And I didn't watch it; it was way too long. We got in panel, but I just saw like the little clip, and Jamie's like, "Oh, I've known Amy Pascal, and I was excited." And then, Willem was like, "Oh man, I loved the pitch. Like when they told me they were gonna figure out a way to bring me back, and all that, I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like if we can do it, cool." And then Alfred was like, "They're paying me a lot, man." He's like, when they showed me how much they were gonna pay me, I said, "Yeah, I'm in." And it's like, all right, I would love, because it seems like he's gonna be the villain that's in it the most.
Right.
From
That's what it
we've seen
seems like.
marketing wise, and so it's like it's a little sad to know like he's a great actor and he'll be able to pull off whatever he needs to, but if he was fucking excited to come back and like give it his all, like, but the reality is 90% of actors coming back to these things, they say like Willem isn't probably excited to come back and blah blah blah. He's getting paid a ton, so he's like, but I'll give him a nice answer. And he's like, "Oh, man, that paycheck is massive." And it's hilarious.
I don't know. I think Willem definitely is. I don't know. He seems like the type to get excited by that. Like when I see him in interviews and like shit about his career, like he's generally always so excited about shit, even if it's coming back to it.
Right. He
And,
definitely seems like somebody that just loves to work. Like he's like, "Oh, we can
really
go
love
back
the
to that."
role.
And yeah, I mean, and I guess the only thing is like we've heard him, and we've even we saw like a tiny clip of him like throwing a pumpkin bomb now or something.
I didn't watch a single thing.
I mean, it's literally, I think it's 3 seconds of footage. Like it shows his arm, it shows his face going like this. That's it. And it's like terrible. Like I don't know why the fuck they chose it. But
so that's what I keep, because it's pissing me off. I'm like, I don't want to see
everybody
something
just
that
keeps
does
posting
it.
that one picture.
Right, of him just all like crazy face. I'm like, stop. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking see
And he looks dumb as fuck. And so that mixed with the trailers where we finally got to hear his voice. But even then, like obviously it's the Goblin voice and great, but like it's not the fucking like Goblin voice. Like he's not going 100%, like because that's obviously just not what's supposed to happen right there.
Oh yeah, I was like, not in that sense.
But like
I'm sure it's in there.
I want to see him do that, like because that picture of his face, he's not, because he gets that like he starts fucking getting mean, and you're like, let's go, like he's terrifying. Yeah. And avenge me! You remember that shit where he's looking at me? Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping that he comes back, because like, and with Jamie's like, yeah, man, you're fucking paying me a ton. I get to go be a superhero, or villain, whatever. Let's go. Like he doesn't care. But yeah, with Hugo, like I bet you they would have paid him. I bet you they offered him so much fucking money.
Oh, I'm sure
to come back. And
but he's too fucking good for it.
And he's like, I don't need it. And it's like, bro, like, can you imagine what he
like? I didn't want to do it.
Just the 2 scenes in Infinity War and Endgame. Just come back as Red Skull, and he's like, not a fucking chance. Like,
it's just arrogant. It's that old school.
Because even to the point of like 100% of Red Skull and Infinity War and Endgame were CG. 100%. Like it's crazy.
Could have gave his voice.
And so yeah, he could have just come in and done vocals, and he's like, nah, I'll be all right. Get a voice actor.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure if you would have said yes,
they probably
wouldn't be CG.
Yeah, right. Do a live action.
Right. Oh, for sure. But because of the fact, like, listen, even if you don't want to, fine. Well, make the motherfucker CG. Just put your voice in there, something.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever. But he'll probably come back to some movie he did, fucking Long Walks in the Lily Pad or some fucking shit, and they're like, "Yo, I'd love to come back. Let's do it."
I've been wanting a sequel to that forever.
Right. I'm like, Jesus. Whatever, dude.
I want to say he even said, like, if they asked him to come back for a Lord of the Rings thing, he said he would.
That's just trash.
And it's like, why? Like, what's better? How's that better than this? I don't know. But
you'll come back for a boring ass epic, but you'll fucking
right.
Lord, whatever. These old filmmakers and actors these days are just getting ridiculous. But whatever. But look forward to The Matrix.
For sure.
Look forward to seeing what you think. after you revisit the films and seeing this. So I don't know. I don't know why I keep thinking this comes out like this fucking week, but it doesn't. It comes out at the end of the month. I keep forgetting.
Right.
All right, so look forward to that show, and we'll we'll be able to deep dive into Matrix.
One thing too, I don't know what yours looks like in terms of the tickets, but I was wondering this because Spider-Man comes out Friday next week, and then Matrix comes out the Wednesday after, and so because of that, Spider-Man is still in IMAX, and so what my theater did is the only time I can see the Matrix in IMAX is at noon on Wednesday, Thursday. Like it's only playing at noon.
That up actually.
And so I saw some that were giving it like a 3 o'clock, but like the prime times, like 7, gets Spider-Man. Like
I saw Wednesday, like the Wednesday it drops was like a 12:30 and a 7:30.
Yeah,
that was it.
Oh, so they gave it a 7:30. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't see the rest because I'll be out of town actually the week that comes out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because that's Christmas week, so I'll be with the fams.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I have to go. That's interesting. I have to take a look at that.
But I feel bad for both, honestly, when it comes to because Spider-Man's not going to.
They're really fucking close.
Going to make a ton of goddamn money, but that's going to hurt it.
I think it'll be. Do you think it's the first $1 billion movie we'll get in the pandemic?
If it's good, yes. Obviously, opening weekend will be monstrous because we've already seen that it's going to be massive. But if it's good, like Endgame and Infinity War wouldn't have got as high as they did if the movie wasn't fucking awesome. Like if you only went and saw it once, you're not going to get it. So if it's really good, then yeah, it's definitely lined up to be.
I hope it does.
But then also, I think the Matrix is one that is going to really not do well. Like debuting on Christmas week. Like I don't know when something else will be in IMAX to take that over. Because like Morbius isn't till the end of January. So like it's got time to play in the premium formats for a while. But if you're running a theater and you have Matrix that half of everyone doesn't understand it because it's crazy sci-fi Matrix, or Spider-Man, I'm putting Spider-Man in my premium.
Oh yeah,
in terms of Dolby, IMAX, of course. Whatever, and that's gonna hurt, people wanting to go see Matrix. So I don't know. I'm very interested in the box office for that. I think it's so dumb because don't even get me started on the fact, like I didn't really like the second Kingsman movie. I think the first one is a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10 fucking movie. But then
use the M word. Okay.
But the King's Man is just being thrown into theaters the same day as Matrix. That's its release date. And it's
that's right.
Nobody's.
Well, it's getting a really good fucking review so far. That I know.
I've seen some people say it's all right, whatever. But I haven't
seen the bad ones yet.
What's his name? Well, this is the thing. It's Matthew. He got to see it. Haynes. And he said he didn't like it as much as the second one. And I'm like, I fucking hated the second one. So what does that mean about this one? Because also he rarely gives anything negative at all, which I'm not going to say his tweet was negative, but it made me go, putting it through his filter of he's always like, he wants to be a positive guy, and I fully get that. And so I was like, oh man, is it terrible? Like, because also that could be why Disney and Fox are like, just fucking throw it in there. Like, who cares?
Maybe
because it's still Matthew Vaughn. Like,
yeah. I just don't think. I don't know. I don't think anybody's just excited for Kingsman anymore.
It was also one that like that movie got destroyed by the pandemic. Like the first trailer for that came out like 3 fucking years ago, and here we are. I mean, it's going to come out right before 2022 starts. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's just a throwaway. It's a toss.
For sure.
Yeah. So let us know
How excited
Again,
are
like I
you?
said, that was out there, right? That was out there in the world. That was the Matrix. Let us know what you guys think so far. And if there's anything we missed, please let it know in the comment section in the live chat or during playback in the comment sections below. We, like to take a look here and there. We like to keep the conversation going. So if there's anything that you want to say, let it rip. We'll
For sure.
we'll talk it out with you. All right. So for the final topic of the evening, a little show premiered its third episode on the Plus of Disney, and that is Hawkeye has dropped.
The plus of Disney.
Right. Dropped episode 3, and we got a little bit more of a little backstory from Miss Echo. We left off with them being captured, Kate and Clint. They break free, get into a really badass one-shot chase for a beginning, which ends with a lovely little moment, and then
a little pin moment.
a little Pym moment, and then we have great character moments, especially for Clint, when everything kind of slows down. The episode goes, and then it kind of just, I'm trying to remember, how did it end?
Oh, they're in Kate's house, her mom's house, and the guy.
Yes. The Ronin sword. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's dive in. What did you think about the episode?
This episode's fucking great. Like, it's actually great. And I'm not gonna say it's not like revolutionary great or anything, but like for a show that's about Hawkeye and Kate Bishop and that, like, it's a fucking great show, mostly for character stuff, like you just said. The opening for Echo is awesome. Fucking Kingpin. Anyway,
that's what we're guessing. We'll see.
I mean, it is quite obviously his laugh that they just entered in.
Right. I just want to know how, in a way, is he an uncle? What lineage is this deriving from?
No,
or is
it's
this
not
just like
birth. It's just what they call.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, is it he's just taken under the
It's
wing
the
like
boss,
uncle? Right.
Yeah, it's her dad was basically, that was the boss, and so he's like, we got Uncle
Gotcha.
over here.
Yeah, I was like, I hope this isn't blood related. They try to
like you to my kids, you'll be Uncle John.
Right.
So it's just that. But yeah, so I really liked the intro. From what I understand, I've seen 2 different things. So obviously the woman that plays Echo, she's never acted before. Her name is Alaqua Cox, I think. Alaqua, I don't know. She seems really good. She's actually deaf.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome that they're doing that. But also, like, I'm extremely interested in how a full-on show for her will be, because she can't have an interpreter with her the whole time, and she's going to run into people that don't know how to read sign, and so I'm interested in what they're going to do there. But that's kind of the point of this show, I think, is to sell us on her. But she's never acted before. She seems really good. But I've seen 2 different things. I've seen somebody say that she's actually missing a leg, and I've seen someone else say that they just added that to the character.
I was going to say that. I think she was actually missing
her
leg as well.
So pretty cool. I think, like, that's kind of wild that Marvel and Disney are like, oh no, yeah, like, we like her. She's never done anything before, and she's missing a leg, but we want a true deaf actress, and she's fucking killing it. Let's do it. And then the little girl that plays her as a younger version is like her cousin.
Yeah.
And I think
because I was like, they look really fucking alike. I was like, they did a great job.
Yeah.
And come to find out, oh well, they're family.
They're related. Yeah.
Got it.
And not like uncle family. They're a real family.
No, right. They're real family.
And her dad, that actor, killed it in the little bit that we had with him.
All right, until he got killed.
Yeah. But the real thing that sold me on this episode, though, is the chemistry between Clint and Kate Bishop really shines in this one. Where I love the fact that, like, for a lot of this, he has no hearing, and so they're kind of just winging it. And I like that there's like a disconnect, but also, like, at the same time, they're the best archers in the world. So it's like, They can figure out things.
Right.
But when he's like pulling out that Pym arrow, and he's like, "Hey, get an arrow." He's like, "Shoot it up, you know, just aim it, bring it on top of him." And then she's like saying something, and he's like, "I can't hear you right now, so I'm guessing you're in." Like, and
right.
because she would probably hit him and be like, "No," if he wasn't. So it's like, all right, here we go, and it's really good. But then the scene that really sold me was when they finally get on that train.
Oh yeah,
and she's like,
that.
"We gotta walk the dog," and he says like, "Hey, you're actually one of the world's best archers," and she's like, "Are you kidding me?" And it's supposed to be like real heartfelt, but he can't hear her. Right. And so then he's like, "We should walk the dog," and she's like,
"We should walk the dog." Right?
been cooped up all day.
Been cooped up all day. She's just like, oh, what?
Like,
all right.
I just said that. Like,
right. Really? Play-Doh arrows? Hey, hit the tires with the putty arrow. It's like, what? It's like, hey, we're communicating. Yeah. It's like a little late, but you guys are like, it's synced in a way. It
was really well done. And then the phone call with his son.
That was heartbreaking. That whole kitchen scene was great.
It was really, really well done. So only thing I can say is this was the one. After watching this one, I went in there to Hannah and I was like, all right, she hadn't watched any of them. She didn't care. And I was like, we're fucking watching them. I was like, sit down. And I made her watch all 3. And thankfully this past weekend she was sick. And so she was like, let's watch them all. And so we did. And she's glad that she's caught up, ready to go. Cause she sold on
good.
It. And it was funny though. Cause so I think I've said this before on the stream, but like when we first started dating, she asked like a celebrity crush. And I was like, I don't know. And then she named off like 4. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, fine. And I was like, Haley Steinfeld is really attractive. And she's like, oh really? Okay. Like she got all mad because she's fucking gorgeous, of course. And so she didn't want to watch it though. And part of the reason is because she's like, fuck. She's like, Haley Steinfeld sucks. Like she's not even good. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh.
And I know that there's like
the
part
petty.
Of it, like, and but she was like, every movie she plays a dumb idiot girl because she's a dumb idiot girl. And I was like, well, she's playing that again. Like she's just good at that. Like I'm like, she's supposed to be playing a dumb, rich, spoiled college girl. And she's like, oh, okay, fine, let's watch it. I was like, that's what you needed? Like, hello?
She was like, oh, cool, I get to clown her for the whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's watch it. Let's do it.
Like, because I told her, I was like, hey, just so you know, like, she's going to be a main part of the MCU going forward. And Hannah was like, she doesn't deserve to be a main part.
Oh my God.
She's like, she's not that good. And I was like, okay, whatever you
set all that up.
And,
all that up.
It was really funny.
That's hilarious.
But she likes her. She's sold. She's happy that she's watched them completely.
Good.
So like we haven't finished season 3 of Daredevil yet, but we watched the first 2 seasons. She loves it. She completely missed the Kingpin thing though. Like
that's hilarious.
She wasn't paying attention or something because it was 3 hours into watching them, because we watched them all in order, all in a row. And so I think she just for a little bit wasn't dialed in because it had just started. And she completely missed it. And so we'll see what happens when he gets revealed, probably tomorrow. But
I can't wait till it happens. Mr. Barton.
Yeah. Mr. Barton.
Mr. Barton. You've been messing with my tracksuit mafia.
Messing with my niece, Maya.
Vanessa doesn't like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can't wait though. I can't wait. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved the episode. The whole Ronin scene when Echo's like watching everything happen, he was fucking people up. I was like, this is beautiful. That was great. So I'm gonna say something. It's gonna probably sound a little crazy, and it's not gonna. I don't mean it as it's going to come out.
Okay,
but I mean it in the better way, if there is one.
Oh no,
I don't know what it is.
God, terrified.
For some reason, Echo's face just annoys me. You
mean this?
Yes, all that. Like it just annoys me. Like
she's just angry the whole time.
I'm like, fix your face. I don't believe you're a badass. When she was all like, remind me who's in charge, motherfucker. I was like, ugh, get out of my face. Just push her. Just push her. I'm like, no, you almost fucked all that up back there with your emotions. Fix your face. I don't know. She just annoyed me. Like when she was fighting Hawkeye, I'm like, why is she kicking his ass so much right now? What is happening? And it's not a woman kicking ass thing before all y'all like, oh, because I love that shit when it happens. But I just didn't believe her, and her
Yeah.
face pissed me off. That was it.
All
So
right.
yeah, that was about it. But everything else was great. It was really great. But I said she literally had that face the whole entire time, no matter what she was doing.
Right.
It was just there. I'm like,
No, I agree.
damn. I'm like,
agree. And
okay.
I just have to kind of, I have to say, hopefully she gets better. Like this, literally the first time she's ever like acted, I think is what they said. So
I mean,
interesting.
hey, the woman from The Walking Dead, that was like her first stuff too, coming up, and she was fucking great.
Right.
So I don't know. And she's an Eternal killing it too, so I don't know.
And I mean, really though, it's a thing. I think it's half like direction, like the director. I don't know who directed that episode necessarily. But like probably to communicate, probably this, probably that. And so it's like, I think that she's just doing, like, yeah, just look angry. And she's like, okay. And then look angry the whole time, and it's like, that's all she's got.
It just annoyed me. I hope this episode it
I
changes.
agree. Because like when it's like, I think it's when the age swap happens from flashback to now.
Oh, she's like,
it's just yeah. And I'm like, I was like, oh no. Like the first time I saw it, like it looked great. So
I'm like, put your eyebrow down.
She is exactly. And that was the only thing I was going to say is the difference between the little, like her face with the little girl and her look very similar.
Yeah.
That little girl does not grow up to have those eyebrows. Those eyebrows are fucking mean. Like they are heavy. They're like mine. Like I can't get rid of these fucking things wrap around my goddamn head. Like they're fucking massive. And hers are dark, and I was like, that little girl's are like completely transparent. Like she will never grow in to have eyebrows like that because hers are fucking out there in the world. Like
she did there. Yeah.
But yeah, her she has eyebrows, that's for sure. And she she is pretty sure
that's all she used. She has them. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, okay, I guess, girl. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't have anything against the character.
Yeah.
Yet it was just annoying. That was it. And I don't believe her yet as like this boss, badass, and all this other shit.
So I think that's one thing too that I feel bad. But what this episode did for me for sure is I thought with like obviously like there's a Kingpin reveal and whatever to be had, but like I was expecting the finale battle to be both of them versus her and someone else possibly. And now I'm realizing she is the decoy bad guy that actually can't handle a real situation. Like in terms of being a bad person. Like she thinks she's in charge. She thinks she's worthy of that. But in reality, she's on her heels the whole time.
Right. She's just running with emotion. She don't know what the hell she's doing.
And so that kind of made me realize, okay, she's not the one I need to be focused on. So once again, it scares me for her show that she's going to have. That's her fucking name.
Right. Based on this, I don't see why the fuck she has a show. Like
it's kind of scary, and especially if they're going to bring. We didn't even talk about that. Charlie Cox coming back, confirmed.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it's so beautiful.
But he'll be in that show.
It's so beautiful.
And yeah, I mean, I'm interested to find out what the fuck is going to happen, because as of right now, she's not the one. But also, like, I don't think that they're going to have Vincent D'Onofrio out there fucking having a big fight with bows and arrows. Like, he doesn't really fight with that either. So who is it? Is it actually Yelena? Is it the stepdad?
I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Because I saw someone say the stepdad is apparently playing a character who in the comics
I told you that.
Was
the swordsman.
Right.
Yeah.
And he trained Hawkeye with the sword.
They're not going to go this route.
Is he the Ronin from the flashback? Or was it Clint?
I think it was Clint. I hope it was
Okay.
Clint.
So
that'll be better motivation
I agree.
for Miss Eccles.
Because Clint, I think it's a thing of Clint really did do a ton of terrible shit.
Yeah.
And so I think if you make it,
And her daddy wasn't innocent.
Right. But if you make it the other guy who's supposed to be the bad guy, if you said like, oh no, he was in the Ronin suit, then it's like, okay, but you're trying to diminish what Clint did, but Clint still went around and murdered so many people.
Yeah. By the dozens.
So I think that it's not, I think you should just keep it that way. So there's emotion involved with everything. But yeah, this episode really, like, I'm now extremely excited to watch the next episode. And it's not because the action, even though the action in this was pretty damn good. It's not because, it's because of the characters. And I actually really like Kate and Clint together. And it's a part of it because Clint is a dad. And so he's like looking at her just like it, like his daughter's like going to be that in a few years. And so I kind of just immediately see that. And so it's cool that he's just immediately like at the in the second episode, he's like, "You're not going to listen to me, are you?"
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to, but no. And he's like, "Go get dressed, like go change, and I'm going to walk you there since you want to be a little shit." So he's like, "I'm just going to take it."
Gotta hold your hand.
Yeah,
do this right.
He's like, "You're not going to listen to me, so let me go fucking, chauffeur you over there because I can't let you die." And so it's like, and that's
down my watch.
Yeah, and I really get that feeling. I dig it a lot. And I'm very interested in what other arrows she wasn't allowed to shoot. Because
facts.
We saw some crazy ones already.
Bro, that scene was that whole
was
first
really
half of that chase, it was amazing. The whole one shot just following everything. And it ended when she came out the shit.
That's the thing is the part, because obviously there's a hole in the roof and there's a camera spinning and it's fucking dope. But then the handoff out the window with her to go handheld and like follow her, I was like, that looks, because it's like raggedy, like because it goes to handheld, so it's like supposed to be clumsy, but like you just feel it in the moment because she's actually, I don't know if that they're on a car that's actually moving or anything. It could just be a fan blowing her, but like she's actually getting out and has to pull herself up and all that, and you just feel it with that camera move. It was a damn, like, I was like, oh,
it was really good.
Going through that whole scene, and then you get to that point and come out. I was like, that's awesome. So
she looked good in that shot too. I was like, oh, bam.
She looks good in a lot.
she does. Yes, she does. But that shot in particular, I was like, you look badass. That was the whole. I was like, I'm feeling it. That turned me on a little bit. Whoop ass. Yeah. I just loved it. And with the Christmas music playing, I just love that takes place in Christmas. Like that ambiance and atmosphere for this show and for these characters, especially Clint, like it really works. I love the Die Hard feel for this.
Only thing with that, because I definitely can say whenever it shows Christmas trees or lights or it plays the music, I'm always like, man, like I love almost anything that's placed during Christmas time. Like that's just a great time to have something going on. I wish they'd lean more into it though. Like, and I think
really even more.
Because really, there's only like a few times where it's like, oh, this is Christmas. Like, there's no snow. It's just
New York.
I mean, we had empty trees. Like they could I think that they could lean more into it. And I think as we get closer to Christmas Day, which obviously the finale is, Christmas Eve or whatever it is. So I think we'll get more of it. Because even in one of the trailers, he like has this like quippy line where he's like, hell of a Christmas or something.
Right.
So,
and he goes to the tree in Rockefeller Center, the big tree. So we'll get there.
So I think we'll get more of it, but I wish they would lean more into it because it just makes you feel good when you're in that time. And like
it does.
I want to see somebody get an arrow through a fake gift that's like at a storefront, like arrow through it and like hits them in the shoulder. And it's like, I want that kind of shit where just presents are flying around and like all that. Just go all the way in.
You want the goofy shit, the goofy like, Christmas spirit shit.
Like Iron Man 3 takes place during Christmas, not even remotely close to a Christmas movie. Like it's just kind of a place in where
Mm.
in
Yeah.
reality the final battles takes place on a bunch of concrete. They're not in coats. They're they're just like they're not
No,
dressed for cold
they're
weather,
not in
nothing.
quotes.
So it's like I don't know. There's only a slight Christmas hint. I think you should go all in because we really haven't had that, and I don't think No Way Home's going to have it either, even though it takes place same time, relatively. So
We'll
I
see.
think
I
it'd be
mean,
fun.
it's New York. They don't get Christmas weather here. Yeah. Well, like I said, I love the episode. I'm really excited for tonight. Can't wait to see where we start off and where we end, because now we're getting to the point where Marvel shows like to start doing end credits and reveals and all type of shit. So
yeah, good point.
I'm getting excited. Let's see what's going to be today.
You think we're having after credits this time?
Yeah, I think so. It's usually around 4 that they start doing like, oop.
Because we're halfway through now, so like the story that they're telling is what they're telling. So let's figure out what we got. I think that there's going to be some big reveals in this one though. Like,
oh yeah,
I think we know mostly of what they're telling, but it's going to add. I think there's a new villain situation going on, whether it's the stepdad or not. I don't know, but I'm excited as hell, to be honest. Like, are you staying up even because you're not doing reactions, are you?
No.
But do you stay up anyway and watch it as soon as it comes out?
Yeah, it's so just embedded in me now. Like, sometimes I do. Like a few times I knocked out. I'm like, okay, I just watch it when I wake up. But yeah, so
gotcha.
We'll see. But yeah, so that was Hawkeye episode number 3. Let us know what you thought in the live chat, and again, the comment section below if you're watching on playback. And yeah, that was. I think we got him. Did you want to run through your questions, whatever, in the chat? I can't see. So it's up to.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see.
Up to you. Give it a few minutes. Nothing too crazy.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Don't forget the new Black Widow is on the hunt for Hawkeye. When's that reveal?
Oh yeah, I'll give it 5. Episode 5.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 5.
I don't know. This might be the episode to throw that in the mix. I could see that being the case.
I could too, but I don't know why I get 5. Like I feel like that's closer to the end.
If you go with the trend of all the other Disney Plus shows, 5 is the actual like climax of like quality, I think. And the finales are more like we need to finish this off. We'll have a big battle, but like we're just going to be like this is where we continue to the future more so. Like I've been seeing the second to last episode more as like the best. So I could see it to where she's introduced here, massive emotion in 5 with her and Clint figuring out the truth, all that kind of stuff. He has to talk to her like you're her sister, and she sacrificed herself instead of me, even though I try my best. And I could see that being the case, but I think she might be introduced here. I don't know what she's gonna do though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, me either. I don't know.
I still think it's a
dumbass.
I think it's a dumbass storyline, to be honest. So hopefully they can figure it out.
I think they'll make it work to your liking and for everyone's satisfaction.
I mean, literally, like Cap has his own, museum in Falcon the Winter Soldier, and it's like Nat doesn't have like a whole room documenting exactly what she did to save the fucking universe. Like, Yelena can't show up and be like, "Oh, I see. What am I thinking?" Like the U.S. government hired me to do this, and they also paid to have this put up. Like, what?
Well, the government ain't paying her to do this shit. This underground weird ass sanctioned shit, unsanctioned shit.
It's a part of the government. It's still the U.S.
Val?
Yeah, she's a government entity.
She was. She ain't running no thunderbolts on the government contracts. Like, yeah, let's do it. That's our own little shit.
No, I think she is.
I don't know.
I think she's under William Hurt, General Ross, and I think he's got the pull as Secretary of Defense to be like, yeah, go ahead, do a little something with my guy, Abomination, all that jazz.
You could.
Like, hey, I like that racist fucker. Go ahead and bring him in. I like Roid Rage. He fits my vibe. It's like,
Right.
damn.
Yeah, could be right. Could be right. But all right, you see anything else? So
Let's
we're
see
gonna
here.
wrap it up.
Kenya says he thinks Hawkeye's written better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. He said it seems more cohesive.
Okay.
I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier has much less on its shoulders. Or no, I mean Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier had a ton of shit to have to like make right, in the sense of you're telling a giant, Black Man in America story, as well as all these other pieces. Not to mention what were they called? The Flag Smashers, who their whole storyline had to get ripped out, and so it's all fucked.
Yeah, Flag Smashers. Yeah. Eesh. I'm okay on them still.
Kingpin reveal first or Yelena?
Yelena.
Think. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm wondering is Yelena actually in episode 4 and Kingpin is the after credit scene, or vice versa? But I think it would be Kingpin as the after credits.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's such like a, oh my god. Like
I think
can't just throw that in willy-nilly.
I think Maya has to fuck up more to say, hey, Uncle wants to see you. And then everybody's like, oh, fuck.
Well, she'll probably do it this time, or
that's what I mean, is like she will mess up more in this episode, and then at the end, she has to go see Uncle.
Or maybe it's like you had your one chance, you had him. What did you do? I see this all over the news, all this fucking massacre shit and the bridge. Like what's happening? And it's like, yeah, it's like you're making a mockery.
Only thing I can say, because remember there was those rumors that Kingpin was massive.
Yeah, I know. I hope that's very untrue.
That wrist
was very regular.
Not massive. Yeah. I think it was bullshit.
Thank God, unless he just has a little ass wrist and like fucking.
See, that's what it is. It'd be like fucking T-Rex.
Fucking huge, right?
I hope not.
I was like, whoa, buddy. I said, all right, we forgot arm days and fucking forearms and shit, didn't we?
Well, right. You can't go from like he's benching so much weight in the Daredevil show, and then it's like he can't even, if he lays on the bench, his shoulders will hit the ground because he's fucking massive.
Could have a bench, the whole bench would disappear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Is he floating? What is he like? No, there's a bench underneath him.
There actually is a bench, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a strong ass bench. Like, yeah, I know.
That's a huge bench.
You stupid. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, what Kenya said here for Hawkeye, I think it should have more jingle all the way moments. I think that's a cool, like, that's a good vibe to have at times where it's like,
yeah,
during the action that's going already, because like they're in that warehouse. There's one cut that's weird when he breaks loose and he takes off running and he's fighting Maya, and then all of a sudden he's running and jumping off of a trampoline through that window to get his bow and arrows.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck is there a mini tramp by that by those windows?
That's a KB Toys, man.
And it's a
which
mini
brought
tramp.
me back.
There's one trampoline.
That's all they had left.
Like, and they just put it right
20
there.
years ago.
I think that there were other ways that he could have gotten to his thing. It was just cut weird. But like, that's the thing, is you're in a KB Toys. There should have been more toys. Like, he should have like jumped over like a giant pile of toys to climb in and bust through them. Get that vibe going of like,
yeah,
there's some campiness.
True. I just think they just went more with the abandonment because KB is like 20 years old or more. So I think they're just like, oh. But I definitely see your point for that one. They should have. I think it would have worked. But I think they'll lean more into that as the episodes go. I think a little bit. Episode by episode.
Clint does keep roasting her about her age. And I think it's funny. He's like, look at her. She's 2. And it's like, Jesus.
Hey, listen, this overconfidence thing you're doing, like, I need you to chill the hell out.
No, he's like, I need it right now.
Right.
He's like, no, this is not the time to be scared. He's like, you're good at overconfidence. Let's go ahead and bring that back.
Right. Facts.
And then, I did watch True Detective episode 2.
Mm.
It's interesting. We learned a lot more about the characters, the actual like mystery with the murders and stuff. It left on a pretty big cliffhanger. I'm digging the show for sure. It's not supposed to be a show like Watchmen or like something like this, but it's like the definition of a slow ass burn with just great like acting and character.
Okay.
And I don't like how like it's one of those things. I commend like the realism, and I think that's the thing is like McConaughey. Well, first Harrelson is playing like a guy that you know 30 of them. He's a very normal guy, but he's a detective, and he's been a detective for a long time. He's kind of got some seniority, whatever, but he's just kind of a normal white guy. McConaughey has a fucked up past. He's broken, but he's trying to act normal, but also not really. And like there's a scene where they're in Louisiana, and Woody is like, they're driving in the car, and this is his new partner. He's trying to learn how to, learn more about him, and he's like, you religious? And he's like, no, not really. He's like, I believe in spirituality and blah blah blah, but like no, blah blah. And he like takes off on this tangent of like, do I believe that there's God and this and that's helping us all out? No, and then it like he goes on this whole thing, and then Woody's like, you're the only motherfucker in this state that's not. So keep that goddamn shit to yourself. Like, he's like, because it's that thing. Like, I don't know if anybody else has had a conversation about religion to somebody and you're on one end and they're on the other. But like, if you're not on their team, it's anger. And it's a tough spot to be. And so it's like, and especially like being in the Bible Belt of the South, like, it's like, you are, and it's like, if you're not, you better lie or they're not gonna fuck with you, is like literally how it goes. And so I really liked that scene because he was like, so what's like, Woody was like, so what's the deal, you don't want to talk about it? And he's like, I don't think this is some shit you should speak about at work. And it's like true shit, like, hey, maybe let's keep this professional. And it's so real, but also like uncomfortable at the same time. And like we've all had moments like that, whether it's religion or a million other things. And so I was just like, man, it's really good. I recommend it to people for sure. And he said, whatever you think is going to happen, you're actually nowhere close to what's going on. I have no idea. Like it's really one of those things I'm completely in the dark about what's going on, and I've spent literally 2 hours with these people, and I've got no clue. But definitely cool murder mystery, and I like McConaughey is fucking McConaugheying the whole goddamn time. Like he's acting his ass off, and it's fucking awesome that like I get him for, I think I can't remember how many episodes there are. They're like 6 or 7 episodes. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they got him to do this, in 2014 or whatever it was. Makes me so happy.
It is that, yeah, it is old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Heard it. I'm still gonna check it out. I mean, it's on the list.
It's literally just one that I heard. It's like, hey, what's the best limited series? The first season of that is one of the best things ever made. I'm like, all right, prove it.
Cool.
This is literally where I'm at. Yeah.
Cool and gang.
And then don't watch season 2 or 3, Booty Cheeks. Okay, got it. Thanks. That's so sad.
Right. Lord. All right. Well, I think it's a good little place to wrap it on up. Yeah, man. We want to thank y'all so much for joining us on the latest episode of the Film Cave, episode 51. We thank you so much. Again, if you stuck around this long, if you like the conversation, if you want to see more, the easiest way, the simplest way, and the cheapest way to let us know and to show that support is to hit that subscribe button or follow, whichever form you're watching this on. Hit that notification bell, be reminded when all episodes drop, and hit that thumbs up. Really helps the show reach a lot more people, and we'd appreciate the help and support to get us there. Sir Logan, where can the people find you? Let them know.
Yes, sir. Twitter, right above me, Logan_Swish. If you're watching on John's, I have YouTube, Logan Swish over there. And then, yeah, my Patreon. I did not edit episode 3 for YouTube. I'm just like fucking tired of that, which I know you understand because you haven't done it either. And it's like, you really do enjoy it more when it's not work. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm spending a full hour to, edit this stuff, not to mention then having to upload it, and that takes another fucking 30 minutes or something because, internet's not great or whatever it may be. And then it gets 197 views. I'm like, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Like it's not doing shit. So everything's on Patreon in full. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. If, maybe for the rest of the episodes, like when big shit happens, like I'll just do like a compilation or something, but also probably not. I don't, I mean, I don't know. So, but my Patreon's where it's at for now. Trailer reactions will obviously always be the case. As long as I don't start getting strikes or something, but, yeah, I don't know, man, about the whole shows. It just sucks. Like I don't get any fucking views. That's not worth it to me.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir. You ain't lying to me.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then John's link is in my bio if you're watching on mine.
Yes. And those of you, if you're watching on mine, you know where to find me. And again, Logan's channel is linked right in my description box below. Right up top is where you can find me on all social media. Make sure you go check that out. Give your support there. Ooh, shit. Just got an alert for a 20% battery. Great timing.
There it is.
So, yes, we want to thank you guys so much. Again, it's your boy, Knight.
Okay, before we do this.
Right, I forgot. Do you know?
Is it the thanks for watching video?
Yes.
I just clicked that?
Yes.
I was like, I don't remember.
And then hit broadcast while it's playing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Go ahead and say, what's your name again?
All right. It's your boy, Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And as always, we'll see y'all in the cave. Peace.
Later, guys. I don't know how to fucking do this.
I was like, what?